In this video, I'll show you how this loser became a top G. And at the end of the video, I'll give you the main things you can learn from him whether or not you like him. Andrew was a former 4-time world champion kickboxer who found himself at a crossroads when he woke up one day to find his bank account had a measly 4K in it. He thought, what's the point of being world champion if I can't even buy a Lamborghini? So, he turned to his brother and said, we need to get rich. Together, they started analyzing banks, the credit system, and money, and eventually stumbled upon a YouTube video about financial advice and assets.
What's up, guys? It's Graham here. So this is potentially going to be a once-in-a-generation opportunity to build wealth.
As Andrew thought about his own assets, he realized he had something unique. 6 girlfriends, all thanks to his world champion status. But what could he do with that? He considered starting a strip club, but quickly realized it was too expensive. Then, while browsing the internet, he saw an ad in the corner that said "Talk to Live Girls Now." And that's when the idea struck him, my girls can do that. He called all 6 of his girlfriends and told them they were all coming to live with him in London and that he had a job for them. 4 of them agreed and moved in, and Andrew sat them all down at the table. I'm going to start a webcam business, I'm gonna get rich, he told them. Some of you are either going to come with me to the top of the mountain or you can go back home. 2 of the girls leave, 2 stay. But the girls weren't exactly business savvy. If an old guy was on the chat and asked what kind of guy do you like, they'd answer, a young guy in good shape and rich. Andrew had to teach them to pretend they liked the guy in the chat, even going so far as to type for them while they were on camera with a keyboard that wasn't plugged in.
What did he say?
That's right, you thought you were talking to a hot girl, but in reality, you were talking to a bald guy. Eventually, the girls learned the ropes, and Andrew started getting more and more girls to work for him. At one point, he had 75 girls working for him across 4 premises. They didn't all work at once. Some would do 1 shift a week, some 3 days, others 7 days a week. He has said multiple different things about how much he paid them. There are videos of him saying he paid them 80%. There are videos of him saying he paid them 50%. And there are videos of him saying he took most of the money by lying about how much he had to pay in taxes. Regardless, some girls would feel jealous whenever he bought a car because they felt that they did all the work. This is worth noting as it's quite common to see people at the lower end of businesses complaining that they do all the work while the people on top just collect all the money. Whether it's true or not depends on the business, but this idea also expands outside of business. Anyone who's ever done a group project in school will have experienced this firsthand. A 2019 report by PR firm 360 PR found that 82% of employees think that regular communication with the organization from the head of the organization is important. But almost half said the senior leaders in their companies weren't visible, and 40% rated the communications abilities of their company's leadership as okay, poor, or very poor. The takeaway is to have clear communication between everyone on a team so everyone knows what each other is doing. So one group doesn't feel like they're doing all the work. Back to the top G, since some girls felt jealous and that they were doing all the work, they stopped working as hard, they weren't as happy on camera, and as a result, started making less and less money. Andrew obviously didn't like this, so he started thinking of ways to keep the girls motivated. This is where he had an interesting idea. He started having firing parties, where he'd fire girls that lost motivation. This made the girls keep performing at a certain level because they knew if they got fired there would be a party about them being fired and people would be saying bad things about them. While this was a unique approach to the problem, it didn't last long and eventually, he cut the business down to 8 girls. 4 are his girlfriends, the other 4 are his brother's girlfriends. With this new strategy, he says that he was making $400K a month at the peak. To put that in perspective, according to the Economic Policy Institute, the average annual wage of the top 1% was approximately $823,000 in 2020. That is the annual wage, not monthly. Remember, he was earning $400,000 every month. This seems like a crazy amount of money, but it is nothing compared to what he would be earning just a few years later. Fast forward a few years and Andrew has joined the casino scene in Romania, with a whopping 15 branches under his belt. He's also got a piece of the Romanian UFC, which just so happens to be sponsored by a casino owned by 3 brothers who, rumor has it, turn over a mind-blowing $18 million a day. Now, Andrew's a smart guy, and he knows a good opportunity when he sees one. So, he approaches the brothers wanting to work with them. However, they just brush him off saying they don't need him. He starts looking for ways to be useful to them, and a few years later he finally finds a way, and goes up to them with an offer. He'll open locations for them, take on all the financial risk, give them a percentage of the revenue, and set up shop right next door to their top competitor. Okay, so Andrew's got his casino set up right next door to the competition, and he's determined to make a profit no matter what. But how to do it? He got a stroke of genius one day when he notices a Starbucks just a couple of doors down the road, always packed with people. So, he puts up a sign that reads free coffee, and hires a cute waitress to serve it up. And what do you know? It works like a charm. People see the sign, they think, hey, free coffee. I'll just go there instead of waiting here. And once they're in the door,
got him. We fucking got him.
they decide to try their luck at the casino. And before you know it, Andrew's raking in the dough. It's a simple but effective strategy, and it's all thanks to that little sign and a whole lot of caffeine. In 2022, Andrew started Hustlers University, where for $49 per month people got access to courses about various topics such as dropshipping, crypto, and trading. The platform employed an affiliate marketing program, where members received a commission for recruiting others to the platform. This, coupled with videos of him intentionally saying controversial things and being entertaining, led to his massive rise in fame. Andrew has said that Hustlers University had over 110,000 members. That's a nice $5,390,000 per month just from Hustlers University. Remember, I said before, the top 1% earn approximately $823,000 per year. He was earning more than 6 times that every month. Before he was banned, he claimed on Twitter that his net worth is more than $300 million, which for reference is more than double that of Joe Rogan's, according to Google. Alright, let's break down the key points from this video. First and foremost, let's focus on clear communication within our team. We don't want anyone feeling like they're carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders, so make sure everyone is on the same page. This goes for everything from a business, to a relationship, to a high school project. Second, that beautiful girl you're talking to is probably just a bald man smoking cigars. And finally, if you want to work with the big dogs, don't just ask for their help. Offer value to them and they'll be more than happy to work with you. Remember, it's not just about what you can get out of a partnership, but also what you can contribute. Subscribe to become a top G today.